Amid intertwined lines of intrigue and mystery, we will explore revelations about Shakespeare that have remained hidden for centuries. Don't miss these moments where history and enigma meet. The will of William Shakespeare, along with contemporaneous accounts, provides tantalizing hints at the events leading to the bard's demise 4 centuries ago. William Shakespeare, the illustrious playwright and poet, has captivated readers and audiences for ages with his narratives of tragedy and passion. Equally enduring, and for many scholars, fascinating, is the tale of his passing in the year 1616, or at least the accounts of what may have happened. Mirroring his literary successor Edgar Allan Poe over 2 centuries later, the twilight of Shakespeare's life is shrouded in mystery. With scant official records at their disposal, historians have been drawn to clues within Shakespeare's will and 17th century accounts from peers to puzzle out the mystery. Here's a glimpse into what they have pieced together about Shakespeare's final curtain call and why the rest stays shrouded in the mists of time. Shakespeare's Final Act. The unrecorded cause of death. The precise cause of Shakespeare's demise in 1616 eludes certainty. What is known is that by this juncture, the great writer's pen had stilled, his final acknowledged work, The Two Noble Kinsmen, having been penned 2 or 3 years earlier, and he had retreated to Stratford-upon-Avon, his birthplace. Tradition holds that he passed on April 23rd, the same date as his supposed birth in 1564, but some scholars challenge this serendipitous parallel as myth-making. While the exact dates of his birth and death evade confirmation, records affirm that he was interred by April 25th, 1616, as noted by church registries. In his era, although deaths were chronicled, the causes often remained undocumented unless it was the plague, which, due to its virulence, was closely monitored. The absence of such a reference for Shakespeare allows us to rule out the plague with relative confidence. The enigma deepens with the revelation that Shakespeare's son-in-law, John Hall, was a reputable physician with extensive case notes, including on Shakespeare's eldest daughter, Susanna, Hall's wife. However, there lies a glaring omission in his documentation. Any medical attention given to the iconic playwright himself remains a mystery. Shakespeare's Final Act. Tales of merriment and malady. The untold story of Shakespeare's last days spawns theories that intertwine revelry and illness. A persistent narrative suggests that the literary icon succumbed to effects of festivity, specifically a night of heavy drinking with fellow quill-wielders Ben Jonson and Michael Drayton, around 50 years his junior. This tale propagated some half-century post his death. Stanley Wells, a Shakespearean authority emeritus from the University of Birmingham, notes that Jonson, a London-based laureate, penned a laudatory foreword in the First Folio, the premier compilation of Shakespeare's theatrical works issued in 1623. Drayton, a regular in nearby Clifford Chambers, which lies merely a mile from Stratford-upon-Avon, had been within visiting distance. Though such an encounter isn't beyond the realm of possibility, the notion that a mere hangover turned lethal is far-fetched. A more plausible speculation is that Shakespeare was afflicted by an ailment unknown, given the prevalence of maladies other than the plague, such as typhoid fever, a common scourge of the time. Stratford's proximity to potentially contaminated water sources adds a degree of credibility to this theory. Yet in the absence of concrete records, these conjectures must remain in the realm of speculative lore. Shakespeare's enigmatic will. The final weeks of Shakespeare's life are marked by a puzzling act, the updating of his will on March 25th, 1616, where he described himself as in perfect health and memory. This revised document reflects an amendment from a previous draft, finalized earlier in January of the same year. Perhaps a change in response to the recent marriage of his daughter Judith to Thomas Quinney on February 10th, as noted by the Folger Shakespeare Library. The swift change of the will might suggest a concern with a lingering illness or merely an arrangement of final affairs, a practice not unfamiliar to the time. Shakespeare's tremulous signatures might intimate declining health. Interestingly, he bequeathed the majority of his estate to his daughter Susanna and referred to his wife Anne Hathaway cryptically, leaving her his second-best bed with the furniture, a deed interpreted in various ways by experts. At the Holy Trinity Church in Stratford-upon-Avon lies the playwright's tomb. Yet akin to a plot worthy of his plays, recent research, including that by Kevin Coles in March 2016, suggests with the aid of radar that Shakespeare's skull is missing from his grave, a revelation that resonates with chilling mystery. Stories and theories abound about Shakespeare's mortal remains, from accounts of his head resting within a sealed crypt in Worcestershire, to which inquiries point belongs to a woman in her 70s, to rumors of the theft of the skull by physician Frank Chambers in 1794, echoed in an 1879 Argosy magazine article and accompanied by whispers of a £300 reward offered by writer Horace Walpole for Shakespeare's head. The enigmas surrounding not just Shakespeare's death, but also his final resting place, continue to stoke fascination and debate, adding an extra layer of mystique to his final acts and to the legacy that endures well beyond his life. Curious for more unraveled mysteries? Click to subscribe and not miss any updates. And if you know any fascinating curiosity about celebrities, tell us in the comments. Your discovery might be the next to illuminate our channel.